She walked into Weatherfield with a smile on her face, a story about family reconnection, and an air of warmth that had almost everyone fooled. Almost. Because while the rest of the street was busy welcoming Jodie Ramsey with open arms, one woman on the cobbles was quietly watching, quietly questioning, and quietly piecing together a very unsettling picture. And now Coronation Street fans are buzzing with excitement because it looks like Bethany Platt has finally had enough. She's got Jodie well and truly sussed, and she's gearing up to bring the whole house of cards crashing down. Welcome back to the channel, and if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button because we cover all the latest Coronation Street news, spoilers, and drama every single week. Today we're diving deep into one of the most gripping storylines currently unfolding on the cobbles. The increasingly tense and sinister dynamic between Bethany Platt and newcomer Jodie Ramsey. This one has been building slowly, but everything is about to explode, and trust us, you're going to want to be up to speed before it does. So let's start from the beginning because this story has a lot of layers, and Coronation Street producer Kate Brooks wasn't kidding when she promised there would be plenty to unpeel when it came to Jodie Ramsey. Jodie arrived in Weatherfield at the start of 2026 during the Corrie crossover and was revealed to be the sister of Shona Platt. 24H magazine. On the surface, it seemed like a lovely storyline. A family reunion, a fresh start, a chance for Shona to reconnect with a sibling she hadn't seen in some time. But almost from the moment Jodie set foot in the Platt household, something felt off. The warmth she projected seemed a little too polished. The helpfulness a little too convenient. And for viewers who have been watching Corrie long enough to know that nobody arrives on that street without some form of hidden agenda, the alarm bells were already ringing. Bethany Platt, of course, is played by the brilliant Fallon, who returned to the role after a hugely popular absence. Bethany is a character who has been through the mill over the years. She's survived grooming, emotional abuse, and some of the most harrowing storylines the show has ever tackled. She's not naive. She's not easily fooled. And when everyone else was fawning over Jodie and celebrating her arrival as a wonderful thing for Shona, Bethany was the one standing slightly apart from the crowd, watching, thinking, and noticing things that nobody else seemed to want to notice. The first major red flag came in February 2026 when Jodie stole Shona's wedding ring, leaving her sister distraught and convinced it was gone for good. But just as quickly, Jodie staged a miraculous recovery, producing the ring from the depths of the family's living room chair. Evrim Agi. To the untrained eye, Jodie looked like a hero. She found what Shona had lost. She saved the day. She got to bask in the gratitude of the whole family. But Bethany wasn't buying it for a single second. Bethany shared her suspicions with Maria, questioning how Jodie managed to find the ring at home when Shona was absolutely sure she had lost it at the salon. 24H magazine. It was a small detail. Easy to dismiss. Easy to explain away. But Bethany held on to it because that's what sharp instincts do. They don't let go of the things that don't add up. And the more Bethany watched, the more things there were that simply didn't add up. Jodie had previously been caught by Shona pretending to be the mother of her daughter Harper in the hospital Yahoo, an incident that should have set every alarm ringing throughout the entire family. Yet somehow Jodie managed to wriggle her way back into favor, smoothing things over with charm and deflection. She tried to turn Shona's stepdaughter Lily against her and frightened Bernie Winteralahan by destroying her wedding photo. The newcomer also stole a rare book from the cabin to upset Brian Packham after he'd annoyed Lily. Well, these weren't accidents. These weren't misunderstandings. This was a pattern of deliberate, calculated behavior from a woman who clearly derived enormous pleasure from the chaos she caused, as long as nobody traced it back to her. Coronation Street's producer Kate Brooks described Jodie as a really interesting character. A troublemaker with mischief in her eyes, warning that all is not what it seems and that the audience will have a lot of fun unpeeling those layers. Yahoo! And that promise is very much being kept right now because the layers are coming off fast, and what's underneath is looking darker by the episode. Now here's where things get really interesting, and where Bethany steps firmly into the center of the storm. In upcoming scenes, Jodie chooses her next victim as she starts to manipulate Bethany Platt directly, offering a shoulder to cry on when Bethany is left heartbroken. Yahoo! But here's the delicious twist that fans are already going wild about. Jodie may well be the one who caused Bethany's heartbreak in the first place. Bethany excitedly showed Jodie a photo of a guy she'd met online, revealing they'd lined up a date. But when the date goes badly wrong, Bethany is left upset after Ethan stands her up and even tries to pin the blame on her. TV Guide: on the surface it looked like bad luck, a dreadful coincidence, the kind of romantic misfortune that happens to everyone at some point. But Corrie insiders are strongly hinting that this wasn't bad luck at all. Shona's scheming sister offering a shoulder to cry on when Bethany was left heartbroken raises the question of whether she was responsible for causing the problem in the first place. Yahoo! Did Jodie interfere with the date? Did she deliberately sabotage Bethany's chance at happiness so that she could then swoop in as the supportive friend, binding Bethany closer to her and making herself indispensable? Given everything we've seen Jodie do so far, the answer seems alarmingly clear. Bethany, quietly putting the pieces together, decided to question David about Jodie's child-minding past and whether he had properly checked her out before letting her get so close to the family. TV Guide: this is a crucial moment. It shows that even while Bethany is putting on a brave face and going through the motions of friendship with Jodie, she never truly dropped her guard. She has been doing her own quiet investigation, asking the right questions to the right people, all while keeping Jodie close enough to observe her. That is not the behavior of someone who has been fooled. That is the behavior of someone who is building a case. In scenes airing this week, a heartbroken Bethany opened up to Jodie after being stood up by Ethan, and Jodie played the perfect shoulder to cry on, offering sympathy and support. But whether she was being genuine or whether there was more going on beneath the surface remained the burning question. TV Guide: and then, at a subsequent drinks meeting, things took a turn when a tipsy Daniel had a dig at Bethany over her past. Quick to step in, Jodie jumped to Bethany's defense, and it didn't go unnoticed, with Bethany clearly starting to warm to her. TV Guide: on the face of it, that might sound like progress for Jodie, like she's finally getting her hooks into Bethany. But fans who have been watching carefully are interpreting it very differently. They believe Bethany is playing Jodie right back. She's letting Jodie think she's winning, keeping her comfortable and off guard, while Bethany quietly continues to gather the evidence she needs. A Corrie source issued the warning that nobody is safe from Jodie's games, that every move she makes seems calculated and she revels in causing mayhem. Yahoo! But what Jodie hasn't yet reckoned with is that she has picked the wrong target in Bethany Platt. Because while Jodie fancies herself as the smartest person in the room, Bethany has been playing the long game all along. The fan reaction to this storyline has been nothing short of electric. Social media has been buzzing for weeks now, with Corrie viewers absolutely gripped by the cat-and-mouse tension between these two women. Twitter and various Coronation Street fan forums have been flooded with theories about Jodie's true backstory, what she ultimately wants from the Platt family, and whether Bethany will be the one to finally expose her. Many fans have drawn comparisons to some of Corrie's greatest villains, characters who operated through manipulation and charm rather than outright aggression, and placed Jodie firmly in that tradition. Others have praised the writers for giving Bethany such a meaty, intelligent storyline that plays directly to the character's greatest strength, her ability to see through people who others are too trusting to question. There's also been enormous enthusiasm surrounding Lucy Fallon's confirmed return to the front and center of the show's drama. Fallon confirmed that she will continue on the cobbles, and while Bethany had a quieter phase recently, that is about to change, with Fallon indicating that she will be very busy filming again in a few weeks' time. Soap Opera Daily: that confirmation has sent fan excitement through the roof, because it suggests that whatever Bethany is about to do, it's going to be significant. It's going to be storyline defining. And given the trajectory of everything we've seen building, it feels very much like we are heading toward a major confrontation that will shake the Platt family to its foundations. So what does the future hold for this storyline? There are several directions the writers could take this, and every single one of them is compelling. The most obvious and most satisfying outcome would be Bethany publicly exposing Jodie, confronting her with the evidence she's been accumulating and forcing everyone around Shona to finally see the sister they've been defending for what she truly is. But Coronation Street rarely goes for the obvious, and there's a very real possibility that before Bethany gets to that moment of triumph, she's going to have to weather some seriously dark times first. Later in the week, Jodie was confirmed to be targeting Bethany's plans for a fresh start, with simmering tension between the two women escalating sharply. Yahoo! If Jodie is already actively moving against Bethany, then the next few weeks are going to be a battle of wills unlike anything we've seen on the street in some time. There's also the deeply unsettling question of what Jodie's endgame actually is. Jodie offered to look after baby Connie for Carla Connor, a deeply concerning development given that she was previously caught pretending to be the mother of baby Harper in a hospital setting. 24H magazine. What does Jodie want with children? What is she looking for in these situations? The mystery around her motivations runs deeper than anything we've been shown so far, and the show's producers have promised that audiences will get answers, but not before a great deal more mayhem has been unleashed. Could Jodie have a traumatic past involving children of her own? Could there be a deeper connection to the Platt family that we haven't yet been told about? Might her obsession with getting close to babies and young children point toward something heartbreaking in her own history? These are the questions that are keeping Corrie fans up at night, and rightly so, because the answers, when they come, could reframe everything we think we know about this character. What seems certain is that Bethany is the key to unlocking all of it. She's the one who never lost her suspicion, never let herself be fully charmed, never stopped asking questions. And as Lucy Fallon steps back into the spotlight after her quieter period on the show, the stage is set for what could be one of the most compelling and dramatically satisfying storylines Coronation Street has delivered in years. The bottom line is this: Jodie Ramsey arrived in Weatherfield thinking she could manipulate her way through the Platt family unchallenged. She stole a wedding ring and returned it as a hero. She pretended to be a mother in a hospital setting. She destroyed a wedding photo, sabotaged a romance, turned a young girl against her stepmother, and has been systematically worming her way into the lives of people who trusted her. But she made one critical mistake. She underestimated Bethany Platt. And in Coronation Street, that is never, ever a good idea. The storm is coming, and Bethany Platt is the one holding the thunder. So there you have it. Everything you need to know about one of the most gripping storylines currently playing out on the cobbles. Bethany has Jodie sussed, the evidence is building, and Coronation Street is gearing up for a showdown that fans absolutely cannot wait to see unfold. Now we want to hear from you. Do you think Bethany will manage to expose Jodie before more damage is done? What do you think Jodie's real backstory is? And what is she truly after? Drop your theories, your predictions, and your reactions in the comments below, because we absolutely love reading everything you have to say. If you enjoyed today's video,